Hello guys, so welcome to today's show. My name is CHUKS and you're on JFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time we see our program, we want to bring you the latest Arsenal news update as it drop all over the world. So for now, I almost start with today's morning show. So Jack Wilshire will be one of the youth coaches for Arsenal. So Baba Conde use Lamine Yamal on the challenge the Arsenal youngsters. Now, this report was put out by Now Arsenal. Now, what did Jack Wilshere they tell all these boys? That the fact say, see Yamin. See this Lamine, the guy has money, you get just after 17 years. I mean, how old you dey? You how many years you dey? So una know say time no really dey now. Almost so much expectation dey for youth gets people want make them gbera, and you want make them use the guy as a reference point. Say, look at how old this boy is, and look at so much things he's doing for Barcelona. Barcelona big club, oh, you get that kind of small boy to the start for Barcelona ahead of some names. We don't know for the industry long. They start ahead of them. So when I just use that, if you do well, I think I go play it gets. But the thing is, the question I want to ask me say, is this a very fair comparison? Number one question I want to ask. Using Yamal to like tell people say, oh, nah, when I play like this guy, is it a fair comparison? Because some people would argue that this Lamine Yamal is a generational talent. Just like using Bukayo Saka as a reference, all people say, play make it be like Bukayo Saka. Is it really a fair criticism, like fair reference, you get, or comparison? So you know that's fair because that boy, I God just do it for him. Nine gifts gets. You know, some people don't really get that gift of football, but they are hardworking. You say talents, they're different from hard work. You might be talented and not be hardworking. You get so that one I said just as some people talk say Lionel Messi is talented, while Cristiano Ronaldo is hardworking. And sometimes there are some doors that talents will not open for you. Hard work will blast the door open. You get so that's some of the things, but it is what it is. I made them see them as a positive criticism. Made them not see them as Baba. If they carry us good level, no feel reach you. So they just take and small. I wish them all the best things in their career, I guess. Now, what they just say, many Arsenal players on the return to training. I see Gabriel Jesus, I see Martinelli, I see Thomas Partey. You get everybody like full house. Everywhere done they complete for the Sober Realty Training Center. So they done they complete. So anytime soon now they will jet out to America because what's it be today's dates? Should be in July we did. Baba, you know this 1 month again, no, league don't start to you get. So league now, maybe August 17 or there about that early, that kind of period. Yeah. So what it be today's date? You get. So anytime soon, highest 1 month, let's just say 1 month, you get. So that 1 month, we need to go pre-season. We need to come back to London. We need to play the Emirates Cup. We need to make sure that whoever is coming into the club, at least make him get used to in teammates so that they go acclimatize. We don't want to hear that acclimatizing story or blending like a blender story. We don't want to hear that as an excuse. So this time around, make everybody. I think the Rangers they train and they're happy, but we're not going to hear updates whether he don't do surgery to correct that in level they play now. But not really like everywhere just this radio silence. Not really hear anything. But I want to assume, say this extended break where we get before this new season. Say it already do the surgery, don't correct them. Then when the new season starts, it will be a regular in our team because last season we really missed some of his inputs because of all this persistent pain for his leg. Yes, so I just want to believe that after all, he no go Copa America for Brazil based on that pain, that same pain issue. So I want to believe that everything has been sorted out. Well, just will probably be for press conference if he ask that question, or just watch. Now, the Daily Mail, when they come when they let us know the exact figure where Fulham actually offer Arsenal, where Arsenal reject. You know, say yesterday, the before we were hearing reports, and Arsenal rejected 2 bids from Fulham and Crystal Palace, but it was an undisclosed fee. Now, the fee has been disclosed. So they say Arsenal rejects 30 million plus bid from Fulham for Emre Mor with the Cottagers weighing up a second offer. Now they say Fulham has seen their first bid for Emre Mor rejected by Arsenal. The Cottagers are offering the Gunners around £30 million plus a bonus for the player, blah 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 blah. Now, for what they hear for this same story, they say Fulham has seen an initial bid for Emre Smith Rowe rejected by Arsenal. So the cottagers are understood to have offered around £30 million plus bonuses for the 23-year-old. 23-year-old will play only 4 times for Arsenal last season. Now, after seeing their first bid knocked back by the Gunners, Fulham are now considering making an improved offer. Now, Fulham, they're really, really serious. In fact, TDR, even Commerce Circle, they talk about the same thing. They say, according to the Daily Mail, Fulham has offered, Fulham could offer as much as 40 million, which means, remember, they say Fulham, they prepare a second bid. So since we rejected their 30 million, with the year say Fulham will come back with 40 million, like they are really, really serious in signing the player. You get now when you look at the second paragraph of this story, they say, as per the reports, Crystal Palace are also interested in the England international, although the Eagles won't go as high as what Fulham are willing to offer for Smith Rowe, who is open to leaving the first team football, or leaving for first team football rather, away from Arsenal. Now, what did they drive this price up? Probably is the bidding war between Crystal Palace and Fulham. Both clubs really, really want Emre Smith Rowe. You get so 30 million, 40 million for Emre Smith Rowe, Baba, a very nice deal. Even 30 million self is still okay, but normal. If I see another twist, do you know that since we sell the highest selling player who don't sell coming for Arsenal now, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Sego give Liverpool for how much? 35 million. We never really sell players. So one sell player for somebody sell 100 million, sell 70 million, sell 50, 60 million. No. So if we end up selling this player for 40 million, Baba, we don't set record. We don't put it will be a historic sale. Because no matter what, we're going to sell out. I don't know why all the sales they make that small money. Is it that with a sign sheet back at home? I don't understand. You get so this is like the first time in a long while. If this deal happens, 40 million, you go hear them now. You get because I read it that the highest we don't sell now this as the Oxlade-Chamberlain to Liverpool for 35 million. So more just to watch at the end of the day. We'll get a logical conclusion of this deal and see how it will be as long as say Fulham they talk say okay, they are willing to actually do something different. Now the news will the break all around today. Even now Arsenal even talk and say yes, Marco Silva now the guy really appreciates Emre Smith Rowe. Marco Silva is the coach of Fulham. So they don't make Emre Smith Rowe their number one targets. So that's why they're very interested. If you look at the story from now after and say Fulham have made their intent clear to Arsenal that they want to sign this boy this summer. Like they're not going to play for years. They don't let Arsenal say, Baba, like this, so this boy won't sign up. So everything now Arsenal hand the day and Emre Smith Rowe. They need to agree. Say, okay, Baba, Alpha, this deal won't accept to they go. You get so because Emre Smith Rowe said will decide where he won't go, whether at Fulham or then at Crystal Palace. Now, away from that, so now Arsenal come put out a feature story where they're going to talk, say, Martin Odegaard could hand Arsenal an advantage in their race to sign Mikel Merino of Real Sociedad. So basically, I've seen the story. I said, hey, Martin Odegaard and Merino great relationship. I clicked the story. Baba, now later I can discover, say, remember, say, when Odegaard did for Real Madrid, he went out on loan to play for Real Sociedad for about 1 or 2 years. You get so he played there. While playing there, he played with Mikel Merino. In fact, this Mikel Merino don't do Real Sociedad for 8 years now. So may you know say with Odegaard they be good friends. So that's why they talk say Odegaard no, but don't the reason the guy say Baba come join me here. Don't say me I don't develop. It's after they play now the back I don't be captain. So you said we can't come here more run the midfield as we run out for Real Sociedad. It will make sense. So that's probably why Mikel Merino don't sold out for the project. So I don't give a say, Baba, see you, come join us. So I'm going to challenge Man City. Nobody they challenge them for you. If not be us, the just go 10 years within the league. So more just the hope say truly their relationship will turn to something fruitful. Say the guy will come join us because all this kind of thing, Baba, it didn't matter. They remember how Jorginho influenced Havertz to join us. Get remember how Jorginho influenced Calafiori to join us. Remember how Saka Ramsdale influenced Declan Rice. So all those player relationships, it is very key. It didn't matter. Now, away from that story, so Give Me Sports also going to give us an expose for this story. They say Arsenal negotiation with Bologna say it did relatively tough. Okay. So a journalist Ben Jacobs was the one saying all this. Now when you look at some of the mini headlines or sentences below or beneath the headline, they say Arsenal are progressing in talks for Ricardo Fury, while the club is refusing to meet Bologna's 50 million euros demands. Now, Calafiori has agreed that one. We know that one already. Now they say Arsenal may see Calafiori as a fit left back with the current centre back duo of Saliba and Romagales performing well. Now, moving forward, they say Arsenal's pursuit of Ricardo Calafiori had fans excited. Obviously, we were excited. You get, but make a fast forward to when they talk, say Ben Jacobs has exclusively told Give Me Sports that negotiations are becoming relatively tough, with the Gunners refusing to bow down to Bologna's demands. So, according to what we're going to hear further down the story, when you read the reports, they say this is very, very tough. Now, Jacob the talk say, Arsenal no one pay the 50 million euros, but they want that 50 million euros. Make it comprise of both the bonus, both the add-ons, make everything there. Whereas Bologna are saying you will pay 50 million euros. Then we're going to talk about add-ons, performance-related incentives. Now, I saw somebody in the comment section, I think it was yesterday, asking Mr. CHUKS, what will be the meaning of add-ons? Because most of all these terminologies that we use, some people don't really know what they mean. So make I explain that add-ons. Add-ons, we say now additional things we go do for the club. Let's say we already pay that 50 million. The court will say, okay, you know, so we never win the league. If this Calafiori, okay, make I come out this picture first. If this Calafiori help and win the league, give us 2 million. That be add-ons, like additional performance-related incentive. Get if this thing happen, okay, make a boss already. Do you know that as we qualify for Champions League, we pay West Ham 1 million? 1 million now, like 5 years or something like that. We pay them extra money. Say based on say the players help us qualify for Champions League. So now with that add-ons, if this guy help us win Champions League, Baba, that will give us extra 1 If this guy help us do this one, if this one do this one, that kind of thing. Now, or maybe if this guy help us keep 20 clean sheets, Baba, he will give us this thing. So depending on what Arsenal agree, where they can document for the, because they go sign them now. Say okay, if we now meet this thing, Baba will go pay now like this. Or if this guy play the whole season, you know, get injury, you know, sick, he play confirm, Baba, now go pay like this. So that's the meaning of all these add-ons where they hear. Now, waiting the add-ons really differ. Now, Ben Jacobs was quoted to have said, Arsenal still wants Ricardo Calafiori, but the negotiations are relatively tough because Bologna are sticking to the asking price of around 50 million euros, which is about 43 million pounds. Now, Arsenal are still deciding whether that is value for money or whether they are going to decide to look elsewhere. Rightfully so, because this is becoming frustrating. Now, things are advanced between the two clubs, and the player is now waiting for Arsenal because he's fully sold on the Arsenal project. He wants that move. He's also aware that Juventus are out of the race because they think the overall package is also too expensive. Nobody wants to pay that kind of money. In fact, we want to pay it, but asking us to pay it and still telling us sell on clause. We don't buy that one. You can't say that and say bonus. Come on, it's that or they like me. So we know they agree on this. So at the end of the day, we'll get a logical conclusion of that deal. But make I no lie for you. The deal said don't they, every day while they report this Calafiori story, and it sounds like a broken record, and I know they really like him. Gets because every day the same thing, no headway. They are still progressing. Fabrizio Romano said, talks are still going. They are still progressing. When the progress will come finally, come on, Mr. I don't tire. There is more enter another story. I don't tire for that story. Now, I think I want to talk about Fabio Vieira. He let everybody know what he really think about the player. Now, Ateta reportedly wants to keep Fabio Vieira at Arsenal this summer. Because Ateta believes that there is more to come from the player. He gets. And you know, say he began injury, like last season not really being here. And you know, say in versatility itself. Now, one of the things we make Ateta one keeper. But the question now becomes this season, we'll just hope. Say this guy will get a clean bill of health. They will see whether Ateta will use him because it's not about sitting on the bench. You need to utilize we need to have utility players, not just a bunch of liability or mediocrity just sitting on the bench, not playing, collecting salary. No, you get. So we make Ateta know what thing they do. Not going to say because the excuse for Fabio Vieira has always been adaptation, blending like a blender, all those kind of things. Now be the corner way in day, you get. And I want to believe that they will give that guy one more season. Maybe they see whether he will fit, make him impress. If he doesn't impress, Baba, I think it's high time he looks for another place to go and play. Maybe not just the occupy space. Because the place who will buy him to come play is to become a deputy for Odegaard, because he's not seen as superior to Odegaard, he's seen as inferior. But now with the same, they replace Bukayo Saka, so he's not really playing the two. They come bring. It's just like you bring in Jacob Kivior to play as a deputy or provide competition for Gabriel Magalhaes. At the end of the day, you throw and go left back. Like the major aim, the primary duty that you brought him for, it now turns into a secondary duty. So those are some of the problems we will get for players in our squad. So we'll just give the guy another chance. We'll see what he will do for us this season. So before I went live, so I just got in this report, get from Eduardo Hagen. This report never reached 30 minutes old, where Eduardo Hagen dropped out. So the talk say MS Metro is considering his future after the lack of Premier League minutes last season. Now, the club are keen to respect his wishes. If Arsenal do agree to sell, it will be in parts to help facilitate Metro's desire for first-team football. You get? Remember, I talk say this in a three-way. The buying club are willing to buy. The selling club is willing to sell. The player in question must be willing to go. You cannot force him. He has a contract with Arsenal till about 2026 or 2027. So if he doesn't no one go, saying go there for bench, fight for him place, you cannot force him. They're part of homegrown. So you cannot really force him out. But for what they hear, he's actually open to the idea. Say, me, if I want to go play for another place or so. It is what it is. Now, Fabrizio Romano going to let us know, say, Arsenal and Chido Obi Martin, they never still agree. So Arsenal are still working hardly to avoid losing this guy to the likes of Bayern. And in fact, I've been thinking as September, this guy going to enter 17 years. According to this Fabrizio Romano daily briefing report, according to talking at December, now the guy will even enter 17 years, which means not till December, the guy will be eligible to sign a professional contract with Arsenal. Whereas, because this is England, whereas for the likes of Bayern Munich, where they come from Germany, it is just 16 years. 9 people they eligible to sign contract there. So which means he can sign for Bayern today. He can sign for Dortmund today. But for Arsenal, he cannot really sign. That's just like Arsenal get a disadvantage. They are a disadvantage here because they need to cajole the guy, see the promiser. Even though I think I don't hold sit down talks with her, but the guy going to look at the likes of Amario Kozadubri. So if to say Kozadubri is still there for Arsenal, will there be the potential of him playing the Premier League next season? Because Kozadubri is playing for Brighton, and Brighton promised until next season, then go infuse and integrate him into their first 11. They are the ones that signed him. It was on that premise that he signed for them. If you're saying, see the Arsenal, he go there with Jack Wilshire, they play on that 21 league or higher size or send them out on loan. So now those kind of things, then going to inform the decision where this kind of Chido will be Martin will make. But notwithstanding, we'll just to watch. Anybody will choose at the end of the day. Because Arsenal, they're confident, they're optimistic that he's going to sign for Arsenal. So we never really know what he did the boy in mind. So we'll just watch and see how everything unfolds. Now, the biggest news of the day is the fact that Jack Wilshire is using Lamine Yamal to challenge the Arsenal youngsters. Say some of them are already on a senior this boy, not senior. But see, I got to perform for the biggest stage in world football for Europe. For the Euros, they perform. The dazzle the best defenders in the world. Now they come on France, now they come on Germany, now they come on England. So no sense to so now guys do better. You get like but they challenge them. Now some people are questioning this method by Jack Wilshire. Say, is this a fair comparison? Like telling the boys to look up to Yami Lamar and try to be like him, like he's performing in the Bira. Is this a fair criticism or not criticism? Rather, is it a fair comparison? Well, I don't know what to be your own thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section because everybody don't get the same gifts. Neither do everybody have the same talent. Yes, so but everybody go they hard working somehow. All right, so my dear Arsenal, I think this is a fine place for us to call the show and end. So it's like come your way later in the evening to give you the evening news. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Now get out, guys. All right, bye bye.